we gain an everlasting dwelling place in heaven. May he rest in peace.
And whose teachings taught him that he had a moral. He was so proud of where we had recently come as a nation. And although I do grieve for what might have been, for what he might have helped us accomplish, I pray today that we can set aside this sadness and instead celebrate all that he was and did and stood for.
You've kept that promise, both literally and figuratively, to be your brother's keeper. Now it's time for you to rest in peace. May your spirit live forever in our hearts, and as you challenge us so many times before, may your dream for a better, more just America never die.
This is how Ted Kennedy lived. The greatest expectations were placed upon Ted Kennedy's shoulders because of who he was, but he surpassed them all because of who he became. We do not weep for him today because of the prestige attached to his name or his office. We weep because we loved this kind and tender hero.
I think that the American people will see past those and see that he did a lot of good for everyone, and that we all have faults.
And I did a lot of work on Capitol Hill, and he was one of the few senators you would see in the hall. You could stop and say, "Good morning, Senator Kennedy." He'd stop and extend his hand. He always had time for the ordinary individual.
Let us now bow our heads and pray for God's blessing.
Tributes to his half-century of leadership in American life and politics came from all over the globe. May I offer my own short one again. They called him the Lion of the Senate, and indeed, that is what he was. His roar and his zeal for what he believed made a difference in our nation's life.